This is not a test. Global emergency broadcast system activated. Severe seismic activity detected worldwide. Multiple earthquakes reported simultaneously across all continents. Colossal geological disturbances detected. Underground movements of unknown origin. Reports of mass hysteria in major cities. Citizens advised to remain calm. Military forces are mobilizing worldwide. General Zimmer assembling specialized task force. Stand by for further instructions. Reports of ancient prophecies being fulfilled. Religious leaders worldwide calling for prayer. Scientists unable to explain phenomena. Something is moving beneath the earth. Something is rising. May God have mercy on us all. The day of judgment has arrived.
This is General Zimmer initiating Emergency Protocol Delta 9. I've assembled you, the world's leading demonologists, on this secure channel. What I'm about to share has been classified beyond top secret.
General, it's 3 a.m. in Vatican City. This better be important.
Dr. Catherine, I wouldn't disturb your research if it wasn't critical.
Some of us were in the middle of important field work. I had to leave a possessed doll experiment running unsupervised.
Your haunted dolls can wait, Dr. Luna. This concerns global security. Take a look at the readings.
You've got the wrong people, I'm afraid, General. You'll need geologists for this.
Look closer. This is ground zero.
It's forming a perfect pentagram.
Impossible. The mathematical probability of this being natural is 0.
My tarot cards have been showing the Tower card for weeks. I should have known.
Are you trying to tell us a demon is emerging? The Vatican archives did mention something similar.
Military sensors detect something massive. It's rising from the Earth's core.
The Tibetan monks sensed this. They've been in continuous prayer for days.
My paranormal investigation team found record levels of EVP activity, all saying the same phrase in different languages.
What phrase?
He rises.
The ancient scrolls spoke of this moment, when the barriers between worlds would weaken.
My AI analysis of global paranormal patterns confirms it. Something big is coming.
The astronomical alignments. They're exactly as predicted in the Necronomicon.
My spirit guides have gone silent for the first time in 20 years.
I need each of you to analyze this from your expertise. Dr. Catherine, check the Vatican archives. Dr. Luna, consult your occult sources. Professor Martin, monitor Tibet. Dr. Tom, deploy your investigation equipment. Father Joseph, check religious texts. Dr. Mariana, run quantum calculations. Brother Luke, translate those scrolls. Dr. Sammy, expand your AI analysis. Professor Carey, track astronomical signs.
Dear God, protect us.
God isn't taking calls right now, Father. My Ouija board confirmed that.
The monks have entered deep meditation. They say darkness approaches.
My equipment is detecting massive PKE spikes, similar to the Tunguska event.
The ancient texts speak of a great evil, one that takes many forms.
My AI predicts catastrophic events within 72 hours.
The stars are aligning in impossible ways.
We need to determine what form it will take. The devil has appeared differently throughout history.
Exactly. If this is the devil finally coming to Earth, then I need every known manifestation documented, every weakness analyzed, every possibility considered. The fate of humanity depends on your knowledge. So start discussing now.
Before we begin listing manifestations, we need to address a fundamental question. Is the devil a single entity or many?
My tarot readings suggest multiple forms. The cards never show the same devil twice.
That's ridiculous. Evil is evil. It doesn't need multiple forms.
The Vatican archives tell a different story. Each culture has its own version of ultimate evil.
My quantum calculations support this theory. Evil exists in a state of supernatural superposition.
Blasphemy! There is only one Satan, the fallen angel.
Your Christian devil is just one interpretation. My crystals resonate with countless dark entities.
My AI has cataloged 7,834 distinct devil manifestations across 3,421 cultures.
The Tibetan monks speak of shape-shifting demons. Evil adapts to what each culture fears most.
Exactly. Evil evolves as we evolve.
The scrolls support this. They describe a darkness that changes form.
Focus, people. We don't have time for theological debates. What are the most dangerous forms? Those are the ones we need to prepare for.
Well, based on Vatican records, there are several major manifestations.
My pendulum is drawn to specific entities.
Running analysis of threat levels, cross-referencing historical damage.
The monks mention 5 supreme forms.
The scrolls list 9.
The Bible warns of many faces of evil.
Then let's examine each one, starting with the most destructive. We need weaknesses, we need strategies, we need solutions. And remember, time is running out. The seismic activity is increasing. Whatever's coming, it's getting closer to the surface.
Let me present the first and most ancient adversary, Satan himself, the morning star who fell from grace.
Share your research, Father.
These texts detail his true nature, pride incarnate, the great deceiver.
My pendulum is swinging violently, just at the mention of his name.
He doesn't need armies. He doesn't need weapons. He uses our own desires against us. He offers what you want most, then watches you destroy yourself getting it.
Like a cosmic psychological warfare.
The scrolls mention his tactical brilliance. He turned 1/3 of heaven against God.
His greatest power is manipulation, the art of the infernal deal.
How many documented cases?
Thousands. This is a being of eternal evil.
My spirit guides are trembling.
This version terrifies me most. How do you fight something that uses your mind against you?
If this is what's rising,
Conventional weapons would be useless.
He doesn't need to kill us. He'll make us kill each other.
Historical analysis shows his preferred strategy: create chaos, watch civilization collapse.
His words are poison to the soul.
He corrupts everything he touches, through pride, through greed, through fear.
how do we stop something like this?
Well, that's the thing. Technically, you can't. The only defense against Satan is absolute faith, unwavering devotion, pure conviction, just as those have done before us.
That's not exactly actionable intelligence.
I need military solutions, not Sunday school lessons.
That's the problem. How do you shoot something that exists in belief only? My quantum calculations show that Satan exists in a state of conceptual reality.
My EMF readers can't detect concepts.
My crystals sense his energy, but they can't contain it.
Prayer is our strongest weapon.
Prayers won't stop this thing.
My AI suggests a disturbing possibility. What if our belief in this horrid creature makes it stronger?
The scrolls warn of this. Fear feeds it. Belief empowers it.
So we're damned if we believe, and damned if we don't.
Exactly. It's a perfect trap.
Faith can move mountains.
But can it stop this thing?
Traditional banishing rituals won't work. It's too powerful.
Give me something concrete, something we can use.
You can't fight Satan with bullets, only with soul.
Damn it, Father. We need real solutions, not metaphysical theories.
Perhaps we should examine another form, one we can actually fight.
Finally, a practical suggestion. Who's next?
I think I know something worse than Satan. Something that can actually be seen. Something that can be fought. But God help us if it's what's coming. What could possibly be worse than the devil himself, you ask? I argue it is something born from our own innocence.
What am I looking at?
Cartoon Cat, a nightmare wrapped in childhood nostalgia. It appears as an old cartoon character, but distorted in horrible malformations. Its smile stretches beyond possible limits. Its limbs bend in ways that break reality.
My AI can't process its image. It causes system crashes every time.
That's because it defies logical existence. It doesn't kill for food. It kills for entertainment. It plays with its victims, like a cat with a mouse.
The scrolls never mentioned this horror.
Because it's something new, a modern devil, born from corrupted innocence.
How does it hunt?
It stalks its prey, appearing in reflections, in childhood memories, in the corner of your eye. Once it chooses you, that smile is the last thing you'll see. It can appear anywhere, through any cartoon, any animation, any childhood memory.
How many confirmed sightings?
Too many. And those are just the ones who live to tell.
Jesus, their face.
Frozen in eternal terror, at what they saw, at what played with them, before it devoured them whole.
If this is what's rising,
then may God have mercy on us all. Because Cartoon Cat won't, but there may just possibly be a way to stop it. You see, in theory, Cartoon Cat feeds on fear and attention, like an eldritch Tinkerbell of sorts. So if everyone simply ignored it, it might lose power.
Okay, how do you ignore something that is trying to kill you? And just look at the damn thing.
My AI calculated the probability of mass cognitive denial. 0.0001% chance of success.
The scrolls speak of reality barriers. If Cartoon Cat is emerging, then those barriers are already breaking.
How can we tell people to ignore it when it's twisting through their TV screens?
That's the terrible part. Every scared child, every terrified viewer, makes it stronger.
And in today's connected world, fear spreads instantly.
So you're saying it's unstoppable?
Not exactly, but close enough to make no difference.
My pendulum suggests another presence. Something mechanical, something equally twisted.
Let's move on then, before we all go mad, just thinking about that smile.
Don't think about the smile. Never think about the smile. It knows when you do.
Who's next?
I know what's coming. I've studied it for years. The creator of mechanical devils himself, William Afton. William Afton isn't just a killer. He's a creator of killers.
Those spring locks. The engineering is horrifically precise.
He designed them to cause maximum suffering, a genius of mechanical torment. He wore a smile while building death machines, only to be trapped in one himself.
My database shows multiple confirmed deaths, all children, all at his establishments.
Death was just the beginning. He refused to die. He always comes back.
My spirits sense his presence even now, in every broken machine, in every static-filled screen.
My equipment picks up his frequency, a sound like children screaming.
He merged with the machines, became one with his creation, a hybrid of metal and malice.
No prayers can save his soul. He damned himself willingly.
Every camera is his eyes, every speaker his voice, every machine his potential vessel.
If this thing is rising,
Then technology itself will turn against us. These were just some of his previous creations, before the fires burnt them all. In our world of machines, you can never truly escape him.
How do we fight something that possesses technology?
That's the brilliant part of his evil. In today's world, we probably can't.
We need to consider our options with Afton: destruction or containment.
We've tried destroying him before. Fire doesn't work. Water doesn't work. Even complete destruction fails.
And my calculations show a disturbing pattern. Each time he's destroyed, he comes back stronger.
Like a digital hydra.
My AI suggests containment, but the energy required would be massive.
The spirits say he's already escaped, multiple times.
Evil finds a way, like a virus in the system.
But something doesn't add up. The seismic readings? How would machines even get that deep?
Dr. Catherine has a point.
Unless his last facility was never found.
But that deep? The pressure would crush any animatronic.
The physics don't support this theory. No mechanical structure could survive down there.
Running probability calculations. 0.003% chance of mechanical origin.
My pendulum suggests something else, something older, something cosmic.
We should consider other possibilities.
Agreed. What else could it be?
The monks speak of an ancient king, a being of pure corruption, the Scarlet King.
Tell us more.
But I warn you, this knowledge comes at a terrible price. Before I reveal this knowledge, know that speaking his name strengthens him.
By all that's holy,
The Scarlet King, father of abominations, creator of corruption itself. He doesn't want to rule. He wants to unmake everything.
Dear God, protect us. Those images.
He twists reality itself, turns order into chaos, beauty into horror. His cultists are everywhere, waiting, watching, preparing for his return.
The scrolls speak of his 7 brides, and the children they bore.
Each child a horror beyond comprehension, but he is far worse.
Are you saying...
Yes, his chains are breaking. Reality itself is unraveling. When he rises, the universe won't simply end. It will become his playground, a realm of eternal torment.
Then please, how the hell do we kill a god?
My analysis suggests we're approaching this wrong. We don't need to kill the Scarlet King. We need to keep him bound.
how?
The chains that hold him, they're conceptual, powered by collective disbelief.
The monks understood this. That's why they keep his name secret.
My pendulum confirms it. The less we acknowledge him, the weaker his influence becomes.
His followers are the key. Without their rituals, without their worship, he remains trapped.
So we can prevent his rise?
His prison is belief-dependent.
Like a reverse faith?
My sensors detect cult activity worldwide, but they can be stopped?
Now this is actionable intelligence. We can raid cult locations, stop their rituals.
But we must be careful. Knowledge of him spreads like a virus. The more we discuss him, the closer he comes.
The scrolls say the same. Silence is our shield.
So we have a chance.
If we act now, we can prevent this.
But we should still explore all possibilities, in case we're wrong.
Agreed. There's another entity to discuss, one that feeds on fear itself.
Continue.
Let me tell you about it. What I'm about to share makes the others seem merciful.
A clown?
That's what ET wants you to see. A cosmic horror wearing a circus mask. It is fear incarnate. It is endless hunger. It is eternal malice.
My equipment detected IT once. In Derry, Maine, the readings broke every scale.
IT doesn't just kill. IT seasons its meat with fear.
Lord have mercy.
IT has no mercy, only appetite, only the eternal hunger.
My database shows a pattern. Every 27 years, children disappear.
IT feeds on their terror, their innocence, their hope.
The monks spoke of such a being, a dancer in the macroverse.
IT shapes itself to your fears, shows you what terrifies you most, then devours your screaming soul. This is its true form.
Great. Do we have a location?
Everywhere, nowhere. IT exists between spaces, between thoughts, between heartbeats, and when IT chooses you, you'll float too.
The spatial readings suggest its domain is vast, like a spider's web through reality.
Can it be killed?
Perhaps. IT's weakness is beautifully simple, yet impossibly difficult.
That makes no sense.
Neither does IT, but IT feeds on fear, like a parasite. But fear is a choice.
My readings confirm this. When victims showed courage, IT's power diminished.
Running psychological analysis. Fear levels directly correlate to IT's strength.
Mock it, laugh at IT, strip away its power.
Like David facing Goliath.
Precisely. IT becomes what you believe it to be.
The monks used this technique. They faced their fears with laughter.
When you refuse to fear IT becomes small, pathetic, weak.
The energy readings drop to nothing.
Then strike. Strike at its true form, while its illusions crumble.
That's why children can hurt a T. Their belief is pure.
Yes, their courage is absolute. Their laughter genuine.
So if this is what's rising, we need to teach people not to fear.
But that's the problem. How do you tell billions not to be afraid?
Perhaps we should consider an even darker possibility, one that walks like a man, but his actions are that of the devil. Judge Holden? There exists a being worse than demons right here on Earth, because he wears the face of man.
He looks horrible.
7 feet tall, hairless as an egg, pale as death, and he never sleeps.
My equipment can't detect him. It's like he doesn't exist.
Because he's both there and not there, dancing through history, leaving only blood in his wake. He defies all law, except war. War is his god.
No soul can be this dark.
He has no soul, only purpose. His philosophy is simple. War is God, violence is truth, death is justice.
My historical analysis shows him in every major conflict, always smiling, always dancing.
He speaks like a scholar, but his words poison minds, turn men into beasts.
The monks fear his name. They say he never ages, never tires.
He waits in the chaos, patient as the void, for all things come to him, in the end.
How do we stop something like this?
That's the terrible truth. As long as men wage war, the judge will dance.
There's something we're missing about the judge, something fundamental.
Go on.
He's not actually immortal. He feeds on our nature.
My calculations support this. He exists because we allow it.
Every conflict, every battle, strengthens him.
Like a parasite of violence.
Analyzing historical patterns, the judge appears most active during wars.
My pendulum suggests that he's an embodiment, not an entity.
Yes, he's an idea, and ideas can die.
Through peace? Through unity?
Yes. Deny him his sustenance. Deny him war. Deny him chaos.
The monks understand this. They achieve peace through meditation.
The scrolls speak of his weakness. Harmony destroys him.
But how do we achieve global peace? In mere hours?
We might not need to, if this isn't him rising.
The seismic readings, they suggest something else, something beyond human comprehension.
Something that dreams, at the center of all things.
You don't mean...
Yes, Azathoth, the nuclear chaos, the blind idiot god. This thing might have been here since the very beginning of time, and it's about to awaken.
Before I explain Azathoth, know that this knowledge itself is dangerous. The blind idiot god, the nuclear chaos, the demon sultan.
Jesus, just from its name it sounds horrific.
Reality is its dream, and we are its nightmare. Everything exists because it sleeps.
Dear God, protect us.
God is its dream too. All gods are.
The scrolls speak of the pipers, those who play the eternal song.
Yes, they keep it sleeping, with their mad flutes, their fantastical music.
The monks refuse to acknowledge it. They say knowing of it is death.
If it wakes, reality ends, not with destruction, but with uncreation.
These seismic readings, could they be?
Yes, General, Azathoth is stirring, and if it wakes, everything simply stops.
If these readings indicate Azathoth, then we're already doomed.
Not necessarily. There's one crucial detail.
Remember the pipers?
As long as they play, reality continues. The dream persists.
So we can't fight it. We can only keep it sleeping?
Indeed. The music must never stop. The dance must continue.
Those poor creatures, trapped in eternal performance.
They're not trapped. They're saving everything. Every note they play keeps reality intact.
This is beyond blasphemy. This is beyond comprehension.
That's why it works. Azathoth is incomprehensible. Its dreams are our reality, our laws of physics, our concepts of existence, all dream stuff.
The scrolls never mentioned this. Perhaps they were too afraid.
Knowledge of Azathoth changes you forever. Knowing reality is a dream that could end at any moment.
So what do?
We protect the pipers. We maintain the dream. We keep the music playing, because this cannot be allowed to wake up.
The monks knew their endless chants, their eternal prayers. They're part of the song.
Yes, all music, all sound, feeds into the eternal lullaby.
Is this why humans created music? Some deep instinct?
Perhaps an unconscious need to keep the dream alive.
But these seismic readings, they're like drum beats.
The rhythm is changing. The song is faltering. If we don't act soon...
Then let's act. How do we strengthen the song?
Every prayer, every chant, every piece of music adds to the lullaby.
Then we need to make the world sing, before it's too late.
This is beyond military action. beyond human intervention.
Yes, but perhaps there's one last possibility we should consider before making a final decision. Something we haven't considered yet.
What could be worse than Azathoth?
Something that enjoys the pain. Shin Sonic.
There's a horror that even Azathoth might fear, a corruption of a figure we all know very well.
What kind of abomination is that?
Shin Sonic, a being of pure malevolent joy. He doesn't kill because he has to. He kills because he loves it. He makes sure they're afraid. He wants them to know he's coming. That smile, that terrible smile, always watching, always hunting, always growing stronger.
This is a mockery of creation.
That's exactly what he wants, to corrupt everything pure, to twist everything innocent. With each kill, he evolves, becomes more powerful, more twisted, more hungry.
The monks speak of such entities, those who feed on suffering itself.
But Shin Sonic is different. He doesn't just feed. He plays with his food, stalking them for days, leaving little signs, a blur of blue in their peripheral vision, a distant laugh in the night, the sound of running, getting closer and closer, until finally, that smile is the last thing they see.
How does it hunt?
With impossible speed, with sadistic precision. He can appear anywhere, move faster than thought, and he never, ever stops smiling.
Such malevolent energy, such pure evil.
And the worst part? He's still evolving, still growing stronger, with every drop of blood, with every scream of terror, with every life he takes.
So if he breaches the earth and consumes everyone,
he'll grow to an unstoppable size. There is one way to stop Shin Sonic, but it's going to be incredibly difficult.
tell us.
The 5 elemental crystals. They once imprisoned Shinnok, the demon that possesses Sonic. When they shattered, Shinnok was freed. Now the crystals are scattered, hidden across Earth.
Where are they?
One in the Arctic ice, one in the Sahara sands, one in the Pacific depths, one in the Amazon jungle, and one in the Himalayan peaks.
So we're screwed, basically. Look at our options. Satan, unkillable. Cartoon Cat, unstoppable. Afton, always comes back. Scarlet King, reality ending. IT, nearly impossible to fight. Judge Holden, immortal. Azathoth, literal god. And now Shin Sonic needs impossible quest.
When you list them like that,
The monks were right. Some knowledge is better left buried.
Whatever's rising, whatever's coming, we might not survive it.
There has to be a way, some solution, some weakness.
Perhaps we should pray.
I don't think even God can help us now.
I guess we need to decide on what one it is now.
Let's put it to a vote.
Hold on, I'm receiving a call. I just received confirmation from command. What I'm about to tell you changes everything.
What is it?
The seismic disturbances, they weren't supernatural at all. A terrorist organization, the Children of Chaos, they planted nuclear devices deep beneath the Earth's crust.
my God.
Their plan was to trigger a global tectonic collapse.
Humans did this?
Yes, but we caught them. All officed them.
What happened to them?
They were executed. In fact, they were skinned alive
Jesus Christ.
by their own victims' families, the very people they planned to kill.
So we spent hours discussing devils. When the real monsters were human?
Perhaps that's the point. We looked for supernatural evil, when human evil was right here.
All our theories, all our fears, and humanity proved worse.
The devil works through human hands.
The capacity for cruelty, it was within us all along.
Think about it. Every devil we discussed. They're reflections of human nature.
Satan, our pride. Cartoon Cat, our corrupted innocence. Afton, our technological horrors. Scarlet King, our desire for destruction. IT, our primal fears. Judge Holden, our love of violence. Azathoth, our cosmic insignificance. Shin Sonic, our twisted desires.
We create our own devils. We give them power. We make them real.
The scrolls were right. The greatest evil lives in the human heart.
So what do we do now?
Before I close this channel, one final question for you all. If humans are capable of skinning others alive, of planning global extinction, of finding joy in suffering, do we really need the devil?
I've studied evil my whole life, in the Vatican's darkest archives, but nothing compares to what I've seen humans do.
My pendulum swings between good and evil, but the darkness always comes from within.
All our equipment, all our research, we were looking in the wrong direction.
Perhaps the devil's greatest trick was making us look elsewhere, when the evil was in our own hearts.
The monks were right. The greatest demon Where's a human face?
Numbers don't lie. Human cruelty exceeds all supernatural estimates.
The scrolls speak of monsters, but none as terrible as what we do to each other.
Maybe that's why we invented devils, to explain away our own evil.
To give our darkness another name.
So we don't have to face what we really are.
Exactly. Channel closing in 30 seconds. Remember what you learned today. The real horror isn't out there. It's in here, in us. Always has been. Always will be. Channel terminating